there! Again! I'm going to go out on a limb and say, again, is okay with 25,000 subscribers. Yay me! And yay you, and thanks for joining me. And this is something that I thought was funky and cool, and I used to do something called spooning or scooping a long time ago with a spoon, actual spoon. And it was okay until somebody described it in a way that I can't unsee in my mind's eye. So now I think that maybe we should experiment with some other way of doing this. And I think just a plain old ribbon pour and then my basting brush that I've trimmed the bristles out of might be fun. So that's the fun I'm going to have. And I already have a container of black paint there, so let's just use what I've got. I didn't use any of this, where is it? My neon purple from Folk Art. Back when I did this was quite a while ago. And I think in order to see how things are going right out of the gate, we're just not going to overdo anything yet. And I can always add more colors, which we've known me to do on a regular basis. Whoops, that one needs its tip cleaned. I don't know why either. Sometimes the marbles that I put in there to shake are not perfect. They tend to go to the tip. Now I never stir, but I have a little tiny skewer here, and I'm going to take a chance. There's no silicone in my mix, and I'm not doing anything else fancy. I may come back to this later. Oh boy. I wish that I had my piece of freezer paper that I know I brought in last night, but I'm going to take an edge catcher. For those of you who are coming back, you know what that is. It's just a sheet of plastic. And I am going to have some fun dribbling. And I think I may want some more of that white. I'm going to try and choose where this goes. And I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to tip this at all, but I am going to keep adding colors that I like. And hopefully it stops being as much like what it used to look like to somebody, and I'm just going to keep adding colors, I guess. So I like that white pearl, and I like whatever it's next to. Oh, we got love bugs. Go away. Go find a mate. Go. Go away. Yeah, that shouldn't be hard. There's lots to choose from out there right now. Alright, I am going to kind of just go into town with adding colors. So I guess I might as well go in here and add some of my Color Shift turquoise. I did actually have to order some from the internet because they don't have it anywhere right now. I think you guys must like my color choices and you're buying up that paint. Now, no matter what I do, I can just keep adding colors to this cup. And Floetrol, without silicone, will still make cells. So, we're just figuring that agitating the paint and dropping it by dropping it out of the... I see, I'm out. Okay. More. More of everything. More of everything before we get to the stage where I want to use my basting brush, if I want to use my basting brush. I think I probably will. I think more of that white pearl is a good idea. Wait a minute, I have, what do I want? I want some darker purple for contrast. And I have been pretty happy with using that white pearl as a, take the top off, you silly one, as a catalyst. It seems to work very well as a catalyst. And I just put my little skewer down, give that one little tiny stir, and start over here where this end is brown. It looks like I have a coating spray finish on this piece. And we're just pouring right over it. It's a because I can moment. And it looks like I wish I'd made up a whole lot more colors in that little tiny container. But you're still here, so I guess we'll see together what's going to happen on a whole lot of fronts. And I am loving that white and that gold and that purple. I'm just going to put a lot of gold in there and throw some of that orange in there. And I'm just changing it up. I use that turquoise, Color Shift, and I want some darker turquoise. And with that, I'm going to go back to the pearl again, and the pearl or the white, if it's next to the neon folk art, seems to allow the neon folk art to stay neon. Knock on some wood, somebody, please. That's what I've been finding anyway in my last favorite piece. I'm not going to stir this one and see what happens. I haven't needed anything else. I guess we won't totally know what happened. You know what? I'm just not getting enough purple today. In there, you. Lots of you. And a lot of times, well, a lot of times no. We haven't used the basting brush a lot of times yet. Where's that orange? I'm not sure I'm happy with that orange at all. It definitely needs something like its stronger, more saturated sister, brother, whatever. That's a little better. I'm not so sure about green and orange together, but as long as there's some purple in there, I guess I can be happy. Also, in theory, I can dip my basting brush in to something or other. Let's just tip that over and see what comes out. I'm going to grab some white pearl and put it right into a small dish, whoops, with tips in it, right in the center. Let's wipe it out first. Alright, so I got a little tiny bit of moisture in there. No big deal. I wish I'd just leave that top right off. Alright, that's probably more than I need, and I'm really tempted, yes I am, to go ahead and put some of my neon next to it. And then just dip it in, and keep dipping it in. I think there's some black in my future. Who knows what this is going to look like. It may become the background for something else rather soon too. But I like the marks the basting brush makes. Make no mistake about that. And I'm thinking about going and getting some more. I saw there's a Tuesday morning around here somewhere that I went to for the first time after living here for years. And I want something right now, and it is right here. I want to try just to add the turquoise where I want it. And the cool thing about the basting brush, I know I probably interrupted myself. The cool thing about the basting brush is that because it agitates things, we get cells, which is really kind of wonderful. I'm happy about it. This is going to be a trip. I'm missing red. I have some red that I don't like, that dried sort of brownish from the previous painting. This is going to just look like a kaleidoscope of colors. And I do want some red. So I'm just going to throw it right in there. I'm going to wipe off my basting brush first. Because there are a few spaces, my theory is we'll be able to keep a little bit of colors that would otherwise probably disappear in the mix. I don't know how much more paint I need on this. I like the black, I like the white. I wish I'd quit putting the tops back on stuff. But, you know, they do clog if I don't, so it's probably self-preservation. I think I'm going to try and leave a few of those white spaces. Otherwise, I'm going to come right back here to my dish of colors. And just keep placing things where I think they'll look good as best I can. Somebody's going to say it's a big mess, and it is, but it's a big fun mess. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And I can go back. I could use this for the background for all kinds of stuff, I think. I want to keep some lines happening. I haven't used any black yet. Maybe I should try that. That would be fun. Let's do a little bit of black right there. Because it doesn't really stay black, as you can see. It mixes with everything else. I think some of those ribbons are probably heavier than I need them to be under the circumstances, but I guess we find out the same way every time by trying it. So welcome to my experiment. and it's a wild one. I think I am going to actually try and torch this, although I'm hoping that I'll have most of the paint on the surface covered by then. I see some anomalous marks I'd rather have look like a pattern. It's sort of like crazy paisley. It's just colorful as all get out. And I want some more red in there. And I'm going to wipe off my basting brush again. Just make some marks. My temptation is to just go and throw a black line all over everything and see what we can get out of it. I think I'm going to try. Yeah, it's sort of like, it's a lot like forking. So let's go to the other end and see if this is even worth doing. Because it's, I just keep putting them back on. I suppose if I had a clue what I was doing instead of just playing, it might be different. I've got 7 minutes left, which is not what I'd call a whole lot, but I think I ought to take advantage of the fact that we are here and doing this now. Kind of wish I'd left a little more white space, but que sera, sera. That came from an ancient television show. With Doris Day in it. Wow. Must be something my grandmother told me, right? Alright, well, I'm going to keep trying to wipe that off. We lost a lot of our white space over there. But you know, I've done some paintings where I went back in when I was doing abstract expressionism, which is not all that dissimilar to something with any kind of brush, and just filled in with black and white in big swaths around, and I loved my results, so that could happen. Once we have this dry, if I do another one, then you'll probably see part 2, but between now and then I'm not so sure that there's going to be much of anything happening, depending on how it dries, like I said. So that's kind of enough of that for now. Let's dry that, get that basting brush. Although, you know, I am here. I think I said that. And that's Floetrol. Welcome, Floetrol. What are you going to do to this composition? I like the pink in there. I think I'm going to shake it up some this time. This is what I thought I was going to do with the black. Yeah, actually I'm surprised that that worked out as well as it did. And I might not be going back and doing anything at all. If this works to brighten things up a little bit, clean off my schmutz. Could use a little more white over here. I really could, but I'm afraid of adding too many more colors. Yeah, that sounded kind of foolish to me coming right out of my mouth. At least I've eradicated that other painting, like completely and totally. So I'll tell you, if you like my experiments and you've subscribed and you want to see more, I have no other income than YouTube and contributors, and they contribute through PayPal and Patreon. Links are underneath the video and on my YouTube header. If you want to see my wet and dry artworks from Facebook, on the Facebook album that I put the YouTube artworks on, that's at the bottom of the description. If you want my paint recipe, that is on the underneath the video in the description. What else? I don't like umming at all. So I want to put a little bit more white space in there. I'm trying to think and talk and work, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think this would just make beautiful fabric at this point, and all I really want to do is throw some black in there and see what happens in certain places. Oh yeah, I use GAC 800, so it means if my paint is thick, it doesn't crack, which right about now is going to be very, very good. That's cool. I can't get to that. The napping man has left for his nap. So if I can't have my white, at least I can have some black. I want to just put some right in the bowl. I wonder what I forgot to tell you about. Oh, the Amazon link is right under the video, where I put a bunch of tools and things that I like, and you can shop there at no extra cost to you and help me out a bunch. Also, my artwork is for sale, and if you go to my Facebook pages, you will find a Shop Now button that will take you to all of the stuff that I have posted since 2013 on pixels.com and Fine Art America, which are pretty much one and the same. And I've just had a really good time with you guys. I want to say thank you for all the contributions, for all the people who've helped me keep painting. I'm not positive this is a really... I know it's an improvement over what we had, so that's something. And who knows, I could come back and just fill it up with black or gold or something cool. I think I'd like to have a dish of black. Maybe I'll come back and just do a whole lot more basting brush marks. But in the meantime, I want some white. You know what? That's an interesting idea. Let's just do that. Let's take the white pearl and throw a little bit of it in there. Why not? Alright, so I think I've told you everything, except for maybe there's Pinterest at the bottom of the description of the video too. And there are boards that you can go to see stuff I've created in different categories, t-shirts and onesies and shower curtains and stuff, and anything you buy will help me out, keep the studio going. I'm not hating this. We'll see how I feel about it tomorrow. It's pretty cool right now. Kind of like it, except for maybe a little too much of that green right there. It's different, that's for sure, but I'm just learning how to use the basting brush, and it'd be very hard to tell if we had any massive cells or not, because I never did put my glasses on, even though they are on my head. This is my Princeton Catalyst spatula. In case you're looking for those, you can find them on the Amazon link also. Not to mention the best paint spreading tool in the whole entire world right there. That's an OXO omelet turning spatula. I don't like that red spot in the middle. It's got to go. So I'm just going to blend that right in there. And now there's a big pink spot in the middle. And that's good for now. It's a riot of colors. I say that's good for now, and then I pick up my tool. I know, you can't trust me. I lie. Especially when it comes to whether the painting is finished or not. I'm going to take some of the paint color in there and use the tool over the edge to cover the edges. That's a wild piece of fluid art graffiti is what I think that is going to have to be called. And I'm liking it. So thank you all for the conversation and the compliments and the appreciation. I really do appreciate it. If you have questions, feel free to ask me, especially right after you check under the description to see if I've told you something. I know we have another minute or so. I'm going to turn that off. I'm just going to keep blending my colors where I want them to go, because I can. And now's the time, as opposed to waiting until tomorrow. So I know I said I would wait, but I'm not the most patient person in the world. Ooh, I forget it makes little hearts. I could just go through the whole thing and put gold hearts in there and be perfectly happy. I know, kitschy, but whatever. There's a lot of nice metallic paint in there, and I think this is going to be pretty cool. I'm glad there's still a little bit of white here and there and everywhere, and that's going to be cool too, because I think it needed the white. And don't forget, you can use paint from your squeeze bottles, and you're never stuck with anything. You can always do something with something. This is Priscilla Batzell at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery's Backyard in Spring Hill, Florida. Still September, saying I will see you in the next video. And this will look pretty similar. But I don't think it's going to get changed anymore, because I really kind of like it. I'm just that kind of weirdo. I like graffiti. stuff.